Hello everyone, how's it going? So, I am the owner of Execution. Today I thought, I should use my microphone because I need to get better at talking in front of a camera. So, let's get started, shall we? Today we are going to reveal two new arrivers that we have, or I have, rendered and made a lore for. And we're also going to reveal a new executioner. So that will be fun. And that's about it. I really don't have anything else. Because I don't want to reveal too much. But if you guys do want to submit your questions in the comments below, so I can read them in the next devlog, kind of like a Q&A, then go on ahead. I do not mind what question it is. I will answer it truthfully. But if it is uncomforting or it's just crossing a boundary of mine, then I will simply either joke about it or not answer it, and it won't get picked. But there is no limit to how many questions you can ask, but go ahead and ask them. And without further ado, let's get started. So this arriver here is going to be called Starvation. His lore is tied into the fact that he is canonically friends with Sholetsky, and he is also best friends with another guy that is not mentioned yet, but he will be mentioned later on. And he is also the teacher of Guest, because Guest is trying to learn swordplay from Starvation, because him in the lore, Sholetsky and him, they used to be teacher and student, and Starvation is a master sword fighter in a certain district inside of their universe, and that is essentially it. There's more to his lore, but I am not going to reveal all of it. All you need to know is that he was best friends with Sholetsky. Keyword was. His role in the game is to be a protector, which are called they're sentinels, but they're going to be called protectors in our game. And he uses a sword, obviously, but his main abilities are to protect other arrivers inside of the game. This next arriver, she was made quite literally yesterday, so she already has a backstory and everything, but she does not have a name. If you guys have any suggestions on names, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I always read every single comment, so go ahead and send in name suggestions for her. But she does not have a role yet. She is mainly gonna be in the thing that I'm gonna say at the end of the video, but she does not have a role. Her lore is that she is tied to Fiona, the default killer, in some way, and she was just a basic schoolgirl that didn't know much. But that's really about it that I have for her right now. She is quite still in development. But yeah, let me know what you want her to be and what names you have for her, because we quite literally cannot think of anything at the moment. So yeah, leave them in the comments. And the executioner, it is Noob, surprisingly. His lore is that he is tied with Guest. Guest betrayed him in a competition where if you lost, your punishment was homelessness. And so, and the winner would get a large sum of Robux. Guest ended up winning the competition, but he had to betray Noob in order to do so. And so Noob feels very resentful towards Guest. And that is about it until I tell you what I'm gonna say at the end of this video here. You know what, I could probably say it right now. Our game, to make it stand out and to make it our own, we are adding a story mode to our game. So that's gonna be real fun. And I'm really excited to develop the story mode. I am still working on the story of it all, but we took the story mode option simply out of inspiration for Minecraft story mode, and the story mode is going to be in the Telltale style. So that's going to be really fun, and because Telltale games, they went bankrupt, and so we kind of just want to make a story mode for funsies, and also to entertain you all. And so that's really why we're making a story mode, is so we can entertain you and give you something more besides the forsaken random gameplay route, you know? Just to make it unique and make us stand out more, and also it'll be really fun to develop, which is why we need voice actors and a lot of animators, is because of that. And so, if you guys are talented at animation or can voice act, go ahead and DM me on Discord or send us an email, and that's really it. Now let me backtrack to the lore, since I just gave away that history. The unnamed girl, her story is that she was a random schoolgirl who just so happened to get sucked up into the portal by Atlas by complete accident. So, Atlas, he is the main guy. He's the profile picture of the channel, actually, so you can have a reference of what he looks like. He's basically a godlike deity that created his own realm and dimension. And he simply takes random Robloxians from different dimensions, and he sets them into his own realm to basically fend for themselves. And he does it for his own entertainment. But however, he is fair about it, so he gives the survivors a chance against the executioners. But basically, his realm is called the Wasteland because it is quite literally a wasteland. There is no inhabitants besides animals that he created that look like grotesque monsters, which are still in development. And that's basically the lore of everyone. They all get sucked into a portal created by Atlas. Back to the girl. Her story is, she was a completely random schoolgirl who just so happened to get sucked up by a portal by complete accident. She fell into the wasteland, falling onto a car, hurting her hand, which is why she has a bandage over her hand. And she found herself next to a cabin and decided to take shelter there, which she also found a bandage. She decided to plan her next move there for a little bit, and she had no food, so she decided to go in search of food. And she had nothing. She had the clothes on her back, and that's essentially it. She had no cell phone or nothing. And so she decided to head east in search of food. However, when finding a place to search, she ran into a slight problem. Fiona was in the building. And so, unaware, she headed inside the building, and that's when she found Fiona. They both found each other, and Fiona tried to kill her, but a brawl ensued, basically, which the girl stood no chance against Fiona. But Fiona let her live because she was quote-unquote fun for her. And so Fiona let her live, and that's why she has a bandage over her shoulder. And she is physically and psychologically scarred for life. That's essentially it. For guest and Noob's lore, I already said it, pretty much. Except for one little bit. Noob, after he went homeless, Atlas himself disguised himself as another Robloxian, and he gave Noob a sword, and he shoved Noob into the portal, and he told him to go find Guest, which Guest was in there as Noob was going into the portal. He was already in the wasteland. And Noob is the only one that is aware of Atlas's presence. Like, he is the only character that knows he is a thing. And so he gives a lot of trust in Noob. He's like the entity from Dead by Daylight, except he's a physical manifestation. And so that is his lore. But yeah, that's about it. We are adding a story mode to our game, and I thought I should weigh that information out, because if I didn't, our future devlogs would be very restricted in transparency, and I want to be transparent as possible with you guys, and so that is why I just gave that away. I don't want there to be no transparency. I want there to be complete transparency with everyone. But yeah, we're adding a story mode, and I don't want to give too much away on the story mode just yet, but just know that it's gonna happen, it's gonna be a thing, and it's gonna be in the Telltale style. Anyways, that is about it. Don't forget, we are hiring basically everyone under the sun, so if you are good at drawing, if you're good at scripting, whatever, if you're good at it, we're gonna need you. So if you are interested with working for us, which there is no pay at the moment, but I am getting a job soon, so I will be able to pay in Robux eventually, just not at the moment during beginning development. And that is about it. Please reach out to us on Discord or through an email, and we do check. I do check every time. That's about it. This is Devlog 2, and this is Tezu signing out. Bye bye.